All right, so let's take a look at an exercise together in Rust. And this exercise is going to be about destructing tuples. So you're going to destruct a tuple. And we're going to give you some hints on how to do it. So there's a little bit of thinking outside of the scope, but the hints should actually set you up accordingly. So what you want to do is create a function, user data, which takes the tuple x as a parameter containing a signed integer of 32 bits, a boolean, and a string literal. So the first hint here, since it's a string literal and you're passing it in a parameter, you're going to want to use the and string keyword to point the reference. Okay. Now, if you could try using string, you're going to see what's going to happen. Listen to the compiler. If it doesn't work or you have a mismatch, what you want to do is use and string. Because remember, tuples can hold multiple types. We looked at multiple integers, but they could also have a boolean, integer, string, etc. And this is what you're doing here. After you do that, in the function, I want you to assign a tuple to distinct variables by naming the integer age. So the integer is going to be the age. Boolean is going to be a status of active, so we'll call it active. And the string literal will be name. And here's a big hint. All right, in order to do this, this is basically a destruct format. You're going to say let, and then the integer, the boolean and string. This is not what you want to write, but this is what it should be, right? These are the terms. These are the types, sorry. Let me actually be clear. Types. These are the types. And you want to set those types to x. And what you're doing here is assigning a tuple to distinct types, okay? All right, so let's just space this number 2 out. Number 3, after you've done that, you're going to write instructions in the function to print the age, active status, and name. All right, we want to print this out. So that's the function. Number 3 kind of ends that function. So what does this function do? Well, it has a tuple as its parameter. The tuple has a integer, boolean, and string. Then we're assigning the tuple to distinct types with x. All right, remember that tuple is x, so we're assigning it with x. Or I should even say, to be more clear, assigning it to x. All right, and then we write the instructions to print it out. Print out the age, print out the active status. So there's the function, but remember, we need to invoke this function now, and we need to pass it some kind of value. So number 4, in the main function, we want to create a new tuple, user2, and set the user data. Because this is user data, right? Think about it. We have an age, an active status, and a name. And so this user data, we want to set it up so that the user is going to be 30, okay? Or 30, or we could just say 30. The active status will be true, and his name is Jack. So that's number 4. And then finally, number 5, once you set up that data into the argument, what you want to do is invoke the user data, which would be user data 2. Invoke the user data, passing in user2, right, the second user data information, as the argument, and then just check the console for your result. Here we go, testing your knowledge, testing your understanding, and practicing your familiarity with Rust terminology, keywords, and functionality. All right, so give it your best shot. If you get a little bit confused with the destructing part, or a little bit confused with invocation, that's totally fine. Just give it your best shot through, and we'll go through the solution together. And I wish you the best of luck. Okay, see you for the solution.